No Assassin's Creed game ever has received a remake, and if Ubisoft does everything said in this video, you will want to buy these remakes on day one. First, let's understand what we mean by a remake. A remake has a new combat system and parkour. Animations are not the same as in original, and while the focus of the story remains the same, there is a different way of telling it. If story also changes completely, it may become a sequel instead of a remake. There are very strong reports about remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and there are so many games already in the pipeline, but today we will discuss 4 Assassin's Creed games which can create even bigger storm in the gaming world with a remake than new games. At number 4, we have Assassin's Creed 2. If Ubisoft ever really listened to the fans, it was in Assassin's Creed 2. It improved upon every aspect of Assassin's Creed 1 and went further with the double hidden blade, hidden gun and smoke bombs, and it even presented better stealth combat and the parkour enhancements. This was the game which introduced us to Ezio Auditore, and we fell in love with this character. This game was remastered in Ezio Collection with some graphical touch-ups, but it still showed big signs of age. An Assassin's Creed 2 remake with a realistic graphical upgrade of current era, more complex combat system, fluid parkour, and most importantly, the whole story of the trilogy in a single game with a different style of telling the same story. I mean, this would let us live those good old days when there was no worry in life and gaming was way lot fun.
Insieme per la vittoria! Insieme! Silenzio, my friends! Silenzio! Grazie. Do you know what brings us here tonight? Honor. Viere de Pazzi slanders my family's name and forces his own miseries upon us. If we...
Enough of your nonsense, Grullo!
Buonasera, Viera. We were just talking about you. I'm surprised to see you here. I thought the Pazzi hired others to do their dirty work.
It's your family that cries for guards when there's trouble, Gottardo. Afraid to handle things yourself?
Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
Uccidetelo!
Next on the list is Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. You might say why I included Freedom Cry on the list, as it was originally planned as an expansion to Black Flag. The same way Mirage was planned as a DLC for Valhalla and later released as a separate game. But Ubisoft made Freedom Cry a very short game. I mean, I do understand it was just a DLC, but 5 hours to finish the main story? Are you kidding me? The main plot of this game was an assassin operating in the Caribbean to investigate the Templars and dismantle the slave trade. And the only 2 reasons I wish this game was remade are: number 1, the length of the game, with more gameplay and much more spotlight for Adewale, who undoubtedly is one of the greatest protagonists in the whole series, and number 2, it should be distinguishable from Black Flag, as it was way too similar and did not feel like a new game. Next on the list at number 2, we have Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Ezio's character became fan favorite after Assassin's Creed 2, and Ubisoft took full advantage of that. Even if Brotherhood is after Assassin's Creed 2, we don't call it Assassin's Creed 3, as the same story of Assassin's Creed 2 is taken forward, and the whole set of Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations is kind of actually a single game. Again, you might say this game was already in Ezio Collection, but that was very minor graphical touch-up, and the game still shows clear signs of age. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood requires a complete graphical overhaul, and this game can even stand out alone apart from the Ezio Collection, as it has very high potential. But hey, it's Ubisoft we're talking about. And at number 1, we have Assassin's Creed. This game is the most deserving one for a remake, as it is a game that introduced us to the Creed, and Ubisoft needs to introduce it the same way to the new generations with very high graphical taste. Altair deserves to shine again, and the story of Assassin's Creed 1 is rock solid. You might say the controls are not that good at the first, and there is a lot of repetition, but that's why we are discussing a remake in the the first place. I mean, have a look at Mirage, which might be a smaller scale entry in the long-running franchise, but it's already making a big impact. Announced back in September 2022, the game takes us to 9th century Baghdad following the adventures of street thief Basim ibn Ishaq, a very complex character we first met in Assassin's Creed Valhalla who happens to be haunted by visions of the Jinn. Mirage did not take the story forward, and it is not at all its main aim, and it doesn't bring any major gameplay or setting innovations. Rather, it is a return to the core elements that made us fall in love with the series in the first place. The very fact that Ubisoft marketed Assassin's Creed Mirage as going back to roots means they completely acknowledge the fact that they messed up after Origins. Assassin's Creed 1 was originally conceived as a Prince of Persia sequel, was released way back in 2007 and was a groundbreaking experience. It introduced us to Altair ibn Lahad, a rebellious master assassin with incredible acrobatic skills and a world that felt both historical and fantastical at the very same time. Assassin's Creed 1 still holds a special place in the hearts of fans and always will, as the game that started the successful franchise. A remake would allow players to visit the roots of the series and celebrate its history by reliving their childhood memories. The parkour moves that allowed Altair to scale towering buildings, the intense stealth-based gameplay, and the beautifully created cities Jerusalem, Acre, and Damascus. It was a mesmerizing combination that left a lasting impact. Ubisoft could add bonus content, side missions, or hidden Easter eggs that reference later games, rewarding long-time fans and at the same time enticing new players to explore the series further. The remake could address many gameplay issues present in the original, optimizing it for a smoother and more enjoyable gaming experience, or even integrate multiplayer features, allowing players to experience the world of Assassin's Creed 1 with friends or other fans online. As the rumor of Black Flag remake gets stronger each day, the call for Assassin's Creed 1 remake is stronger than ever. The nostalgia and love for the classic formula are undeniable, and Ubisoft has the opportunity to deliver an experience that pays homage to the past while embracing the future.